Okay, guys, I promised you I was going to do the Gunslinger comic number 1 review, and here it is. First of all, let's have a look at the cover here. McFarlane, I think, is one of the best illustrators. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a fan of the Spider-Man that he originally did, but, it grew on me. Uh, but Gunslinger is his creation, and Spawn is his creation, and I love this Gunslinger Spawn. Jeremy Winston. This guy is just phenomenal. I like Al Simmons too, but Gunslinger Spawn is awesome. Um, just look at his attire, the jacket, the top hat with the skulls, the knife, having a smoke. It's crazy. This is so cool. Like, it's a great comic. So anyway, I did a read on it, um, and it's a real interesting comic. So we're gonna get to looking at the comic and giving you guys a little bit of story background about it. It's an anthology of short stories put together. So anyway, let's start it off here. Here we go. He meets Al Simmons. How cool is this? And he's done the time travel thing that we touched based on in the Gunslinger Spawn action figure review. So he's trying to figure out how he got here. So then we're introduced to this guy called Taylor Bartlett. So in the second story, you're going to see a connection with this Taylor Bartlett. So Spawn is obviously time traveled. He doesn't know why to our current timeline. So he has a motorcycle. He doesn't know how to drive it, but he somehow does. Doesn't know there's gas in it and stuff like that because he's back, from the 1800s, right? So back then they used to ride horses. So anyway, as the story goes, he puts a motorcycle in the barn, meets Taylor here. They make acquaintances. So he tries to find out a whole bunch of information. He's like, what's gas? It's kind of funny, just reading about it. It's a good read. It's really well written. McFarlane really, like, he just jumps right into the story. There's no, like, secondary stuff. It's like, what, let's just, boom, let's get into it. Anyway, you'll see here, this here is the subplot of the story here, where you see the Dark Angels making a deal with, I guess, the devils, about, recruiting Gunslinger Spawn. So there's something going on here, with this apocalyptic world thing going on here. It's a whole takeover of the world between heaven and earth. So the angels here are dark angels. So they're bad as well too. So Gunslinger Spawn is kind of caught in the middle of this and not knowing what's going on. Anyway, you see him talking here with Taylor, finding out things. He's introduced him to Google. Gonna make the Google ad there in the comic. So Spawn's like, what the hell is Google? What is this thing? So anyway, he detects very soon that there's danger coming. Okay, and you're gonna see very soon. Eventually, the Dark Angel is going to come, who's trying to hunt down Taylor for some reason. We don't know quite yet why, but he wants him dead. So here we go. There's some action going on here. So there's the Angel coming in. Crank, you'll see right here, going through the barn. So there's an epic fight going on between the two of them. Eventually, Spawn uses his barbaric powers to overcome the Dark Angel. Great illustration too. The artwork is absolutely phenomenal in these comics. I really like them. So here we go. So he's like, Taylor, get your ass back here. So he's just kind of telling him what to do. And then you can see he puts a bullet through his head. Yeah, it's a graphic novel. So then he explains to Taylor here that, in order to finish off these Dark Angels, you just don't really kind of shoot them in the chest or just, do a conventional way of killing them. No. You got to do it the old Western way with a good old bullet straight to the head. So there's a lot of emphasis on that. As you can see, blam there. And just, wow, it's just like, holy moly. It's just totally graphic here. So, but it's cool. It's cool. I mean, it's just interesting stuff. Anyway, then we're going to go back to his house here. His dad, I don't know if his dad is bad or not, but he's making a deal with the Dark Angels here to give away his son. So Gunslinger drops him off at home, unaware that this is happening. And then basically the Dark Angels are taking him away. So Spawn is going to be jumping into action here to try to save him. And it's to be continued in the next comic edition coming out next month. Looking forward to this. Good story. Good read. Awesome. Now let's go to the anthology of stories here. So this is the story number 2, the lynching. Okay. And this has a connection to if you notice the name Bartlett, okay, this is a connection to the Bartlett family. So somehow McFarlane is tying in the past with the future. So there's a big connection with this Bartlett family, Val Simmons, with Gunslinger Spawn. So they're just giving a backstory here, kind of showing good old Western times here, what happened. Basically, the Bartletts were the cartel of the old Western times. They basically, as you can see here, hung up this poor lady's sons. So, Gunslinger Spawn, we see a little empathy on his part, basically burying them, then hunting down basically Mr. Bartlett, and basically showing him, this is what I've done to you. I'm not going to kill you. No. I've killed your sons the same manner that you did to these poor other children, and I'm going to let you watch them rot. Yeah, so it's pretty intense, and, there's really no messing around with Gunslinger Spawn. Like I said, he just gets right into it. Anyway, the rest of those are for me, I read this whole comic. The rest of the stories are kind of just a little bit fillers, I would say. It's a long read. Stories 1 and 2 are really good. These ones are kind of introducing, I guess, some more characters, maybe for the McFarlane toy line coming up. So, again, we're back in the past here. Kind of just talks about, Gunslinger Spawn and how he uses his weaponry, about a specific bullet and how he can kill this golden bullet by the looks of it. So, this is, like I said, these are more filler stories. So it's just kind of like reading it and just kind of like looking at the artwork, to be honest with you. It's okay. It's not bad. Good little fillers going on there. Yeah, so look at that. Really well drawn. McFarlane's so talented. He's very talented. The whole team, every one of them are very, very, very talented. Brent Booth, McFarlane, all these guys, they're really good. And the guy, Andrew Dahlhaus, who does the colors, did a really good job. So, and then here's another backstory going on here, a small gift. This one didn't really make any sense to me, to be honest with you. I was kind of reading it. This one was, again, kind of like a filler, but eventually I'm going to flip the page here. Now, that is cool. Like, that's a cool poster that you would put up in your room. So, let go of the boy. So, you see, I guess they're showing more like how Gunslinger Spawn is an anti-hero. That's, I guess, you know what? I wouldn't say these are fillers. They're kind of showing the empathy part of Gunslinger Spawn. Remember, his family was murdered, right? And he got basically he got hung himself and sent to hell. And Mammon basically resurrected him and gave him the Gunslinger body. So we really see here, I know what McFarlane's doing here. He's basically showing, like I said, the sincere side of Gunslinger Spawn, the righteousness that's still left in him, even though he's now a hell spawn. So that's, if you want to look into a personality traits of what's happening here, that's what Gunslinger Spawn is. I like him. I think he's cool, honestly. He's like a Punisher, kind of, just from hell. So he's a combination of both. So anyway, good start to this new Gunslinger Spawn series. I like in the beginning of story number 1, I'm sorry I missed it, they referenced the comics from Gunslinger Spawn from the previous ones. So that's kind of cool referencing going on there. So well done, McFarlane. Very well done. So artwork is outstanding. I got to read a little bit more about the Dark Angels and about Devils, about a little bit more about these characters. So, well done. And then that's the back of it, showing him without the case, having Letha on his face. You can see there the little smile skull on his face. So, well done. 9 out of 10 comic. Good job. Good start.